Hello guys, welcome back to Reaper's Candle, and I'm uploading this video now even though I had recorded it over the last weekend because I've been sick all week. It just keeps on coming and going, and I think it might be something that's like the upper respiratory flu or something that's going on around. But yeah, so I'm uploading it today, and I apologize for the late reading, but I will try to make sure that I upload something before the end of next week for the next reading. I would also like to thank all the new subscribers. We're up to 116, yahoo! And that's our first 100 subscribers. And I'd also like to thank the public subscribers since the last reading that have joined on to the community. Endeleon Eunice, Bang Bang World, Kamika Brown, Prince Adanya, and Kelly Storm. Thank you guys for subscribing, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy the readings and find that they are resonating and are detailed enough. If they aren't, please do leave me comments in the comment box below, and I will try to either clarify any misunderstandings or miscommunications from my side, because I know my readings can get a little bit confusing from when I'm reading by instinct and just on the spot. And I'm trying to work on that, but if there are any questions or issues that you find in the reading that, oh, this doesn't seem like my reading even though I felt drawn to it, please do leave it in the comment box below. I will try to clarify it as much as possible. But if you truly find that even then it's not resonating and it's not something you want to claim, then don't worry. Whatever you claim is what you make into your destiny, and you can always, reset yourself, retune, and then try to do the reading again with a different pile. Okay, so today I thought we are going to kind of stick with the new intentions that I've been wanting to do readings with now. I realize that because the future can change so often, it's kind of nicer to do readings that can be immediately useful or something that takes present situations into consideration before any question is asked. And then based on what the cards say, I'll ask questions for the detailed advice or extra steps or whatever, right? Similar to the reading that I did about a couple days ago. Now that one was about how you can make your relationship better with whichever person you were thinking of. And today we're going to do a similar type of reading, but for career. So we're going to ask, what is the next step that you can take to advance towards your career goal, basically. Okay? Now that career goal could be anything. It could be getting a new career. It could be passing a test that you have coming up with an A grade. It could be taking an upgrade course or certificate to enhance your skills. Or it could be just climbing that career ladder. Okay, so whatever your career goal is, think about that and then ask the question, what is the next step that I can take? Or how about this? What can I do right now to help me accomplish my career goal? That's a better question. And that kind of tunes into current circumstances and present details as well. Okay, so I'll give you a moment, meditate, zone into yourself and center and ground yourself. Whatever you need to do, go ahead and do that, and then select the pile that you feel the most drawn to or resonating with. Today, I've not only given you these options for the totems, but I have also given you the actual cards for people who may find it easier to actually pick something more visual rather than more kinesthetic. Okay? Go ahead and ask the question, what can I do right now to become closer to my career goal? Okay, guys, now that you've picked your pile, I'm going to get started on the readings. See you there. Okay, welcome pile 1 to your reading. I'm going to get started. So you guys pick the spoon totem or the card that is the 6 of coins. Now, this card is usually, to me, kind of like a decision-making card. And it almost seems like she's a little bit stunned and she doesn't know exactly what to focus on, whether the money or the happiness. And when I was asking the question, what should pile 1 do to right now to help them become closer to their career goal? First of all, with the spoon, I was getting the phrase spoon-fed. And then on top of that, with this card, I was focusing more on the berries. And I felt very drawn to those strawberries, even though she's looking at the money and thinking, how do I get that? But she doesn't realize that there is literally all of this abundance still growing around her. Not necessarily the abundance that she might be wanting right now, but it is there. So it almost seems like you guys don't really have to do anything per se right now to actually advance your career goal. It's more so like you guys have to learn to kind of sit back, relax, and think about all the positive things that you've done, all the things that you've accomplished so far. It seems more of like a reflection period for you guys. And with the spoon, I was also seeing like becoming more rounded. So rounded could have multiple meanings, whatever that means. Rounded could mean eating more. It could mean actually chubbing yourself up a little bit. It could also just mean eating more healthy. And I know that I've started a routine just recently where I am trying to eat a lot more. Not necessarily unhealthy, but I need energy throughout the day, and I don't usually have like a large appetite or want to eat that much, but I'm kind of trying to get myself into a routine where I'm eating a big breakfast, eating a big dinner, even if I don't necessarily eat lunch and just have snacks throughout the day, but I am trying to eat a lot more than I am used to, because I know that currently I don't have the energy or the health to sustain my body with how I'm eating right now. So it could mean this becoming more rounded. It could mean either eating a lot more than you already do and kind of chubbing yourself up a little bit, or it could mean just eating more healthy. The second option that I got out of the rounded meaning was becoming more balanced in your lifestyle. So maybe getting up more early, doing yoga or going for a walk or jog, some sort of exercise in the morning, and then coming back home and having a nice breakfast that's healthy and having a well-balanced lifestyle and routine that you follow. And it almost doesn't feel like you're working when I'm seeing this routine or picturing this routine. It almost feels like you've got like a week-long vacation or a homestay vacation or something like that, where you're just kind of resetting your life and just enjoying your own company and relaxing for a little while. And then the final meaning that I got out of this spoon was, or the roundedness meaning, was to become more well-rounded in your character. So becoming not specifically specialized in a certain area, but also trying to balance out the other personality traits that you have. So not only focusing on career, but also focusing on your spirituality, your physicality, your mentality, all of those things, okay? So it's very much a time for you to kind of become more balanced, either within yourself, within your lifestyle, or within your eating habits, okay? And it's also very much a time for you guys to kind of relax and get some time to yourself to kind of reflect back on how far you've come in your career and what have you accomplished in terms of that, and to be happy and enjoy those moments, okay? Okay, so pile one, again, I asked the question so that we can get a more detailed answer. And your overall card is the Eight of Cups in reverse. And your detailed actual answer cards are the Five of Swords in reverse, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and then the Two or the High Priestess in reverse. So the Five of Swords and the High Priestess, they're both collective type of active energies. They calmly think through a process or are very patient in following through with a step or thinking about a step. And then they follow through with that step, right? So, but on both ends of this answer, it's telling us that you need to stop kind of being so active in your career decision-making kind of process, right? You need to retain that patience and that ability to kind of go with the flow and take things step by step. But rather than being so active about it, you need to kind of relax and let it go for a little while. As well as over here, you need to stop thinking about everything that you want to accomplish and how to go about doing it for a little while. Not permanently, but just for now. And then yes, with the Two of Wands and the Eight of Wands, again, it's this idea of walking away from making decisions and just kind of enjoying yourself. It almost feels like she's gliding or like hopping very lightly on her feet towards, like away from this field of flowers. And then with the Eight of Wands, which is a lot like rushing in energy, that is definitely showing us that once you learn to kind of let go and walk away from making these decisions and taking action towards actually like putting your energy into physically acquiring your career goal, then your the thoughts that you have, right, will actually these like overthinking or like a lot of constant thinking on what's the next step, what's the next step, what's the next decision, is kind of going to start to dissipate away. Okay? And you're going to actually learn how to control all of these thoughts that come into your mind, and you're going to learn how to let them go rather than thinking about, okay, well, now that this thought is here, what can I do to make it possible or not possible, right? How can I deal with it in reality? So that's basically the overall vibe, is that you need to learn to let go. And with this Eight of Cups, it's again Eight of Cups that in this deck, I always see it as longing for something and being worried for not being able to, like, for example, reach this castle or get what's inside this castle, like a prince or something. And that's kind of your energy right now, but you need to kind of reverse that energy and stop looking at your career goal and longing for it and really like worrying about when you're going to get it or when you're going to reach there. You need to let go of that. I'm going to actually ask how to let go. Okay, so I asked what can you guys do to let go of these thoughts so that you can embody a more relaxed and laid back energy for a little while. So the very first card is the Ten of Swords. So again, it's this idea of stop trying to beat yourself up about every single thing or every single action and decision that you need to take. Okay? Because in the end, you're just harming yourself. Even though you're a golden bird, you're just ending up hurting yourself and hurting the success ability that you have and this natural tendency to succeed. Okay? Yeah. Okay. And then moving on to these cards, these are all wands, and then you've got the star. So these are all thinking cards. And you've got the Three of Wands, which is always like a decision-making card, but because it's in reverse, you need to not overthink a decision. Just go with whatever decision feels right with you. It doesn't matter if it logically makes sense or if it's actually helping you in your career or not, but just go with what you want to go with. okay, what you feel drawn to. And then that being right next to the 10 of Wands, again, it's this idea of kind of sitting and being patient about your dreams coming true, okay? And this is kind of like another confirmation message that you guys need to stop thinking about your dream a little bit, or your career goal a little bit, because this card in upright, I always see as this person is dreaming and seeing their career goal or whatever they want in their dreams. Okay, they're connecting in their dreams. And you can see that she's got like these flowers of stars or dreams growing around her because she's put in the work, right? But you can also see that she's not carrying this she's not carrying the canister. It's already there, and the flowers have already grown. So it is very much this energy that you need to embody of just letting things grow by themselves. You don't always have to be constantly putting in your own effort to make the things grow. Okay? And then we've got what is that? The 9 of Wands. Okay, so again, it's another sleeping card, and you can kind of see that all of these people are they have like a sleeping type of vibe to them. And they're all in reverse, right? So again, it's this idea that you need to kind of hold on to your career goal, right? But don't be too focused on it right now. Just keep it in the back of your pocket or in the back of your mind, but follow your dreams right now. Follow what makes you feel good and makes you feel happy, or you might even be getting dreams of places you want to go or things you want to do. Try following that and try making your life a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more impulsive. Don't take impulsive as like a wrong thing. Like if something feels wrong, don't do it. If something is unsafe, don't do it, But if something feels right or you feel drawn to do it, just as long as it's safe and you're not taking like a super humongous risk, go for it. It'll make you happy, and it'll actually give you a new perspective and different experiences where you grow by. Okay? And then finally, the star in reverse. So again, this idea of a dream. And in this card, she's pouring the water into these flowers that are growing around her. So in reverse, again, it's just confirming the idea that you need to kind of reel back your effort into actually growing the flowers and pull this mug up so that this water doesn't go all around the flowers. This could also be that you need to stop sharing your emotions or your ideas or your thoughts with people around you. Okay, you need to just kind of reel it back for a little bit and just keep them to yourself for now, and just relax and enjoy your own company. You don't have to be constantly sharing yourself with others, and that's also kind of something that you need to kind of control and reel back on as well. And then the overall card for what you can do to kind of learn to let go is the King of Wands. So again, it's this idea of being in control of your thoughts and knowing that you are perched on top of a successful foundation, okay? So you don't need to worry about whether you are going to accomplish your goal or not, because you're already on the right path and you're already on the right way. But right now, you just need to kind of sit on what you have accomplished thus far and just relax for a little while and know that you've accomplished a lot right now and you've succeeded already, kind of, right? But eventually you will fly off into the distance and become even more successful in terms of your career goal. Okay? Okay, so I asked what obstacle could come in the way of learning to let go so that you could embody that high priestess relaxed energy, right? And we got the Tower, okay? So the Tower is usually like a big moment in your life, right? Or like a big awakening moment. And with the overall card being the Three of Chalices or the Three of Cups coming in reverse, with a combination of these two, I feel like you may be having a difficult time letting go of something specific that you love. Maybe it's the company that you work for, you really love them. Or maybe it's the group of friends that you hang out with, or the group of people that you hang out with, you really love them or their company. And it'll be a little bit difficult to kind of, if it's for the company, then to take a vacation from working for them, because you love the environment, you love working there, and just the overall work experience is so pleasant and positive that you may be like, well, because it's so positive, why would I want to let go of that thing, right? But you need to take a little bit of like a short-term vacation or something, just to kind of reground yourself inside of yourself, okay? And to get more in touch with yourself, your independent self. And if it's for the group of friends, then again, it's the idea that you may be hanging out with people that you really love, and maybe they're your best friends, maybe they're your coworkers that you just love to like work with or hang out with. But you really need to reel your energy in from the external world, because right now you need to get more in touch with your own self. Like I said, you have to become more well balanced, whether that's in lifestyle, your eating habits, or your own character, right? You have to become more balanced, and that's going to help you achieve your career goal later on. So right now it may seem like a big decision or action to make, but don't worry, you got this, okay? A week is not that long of a time, and it can still be difficult when you're trying to remove yourself from things that you love. But if you think about it in a long-term perspective, which I feel like you already do with the High Priestess and the Five of Swords coming out in reverse, plus also all these wand cards and this focus on the star. And again, there's also a star in this Ten of Swords. It's right above the swords. So it's very much like, I know that you guys are very much focused on your goal, but to help you actually achieve that, you have to become a more well-rounded person, okay? Now that depends on what that well-rounded means to you. But yes, you may have the obstacle of kind of removing yourself from something that you really, really love to do or to be with, because there's such a positive influence in your life. Okay, pile one. So I asked, what can you guys do to manage manage the obstacle of the Tower there, so that you can complete this action of letting go, so that you can embody that energy, that relaxed energy. And the overall card is a Page of Swords. So again, this is just confirmation that you need to kind of go back to the beginning of your journey and get into that youthful spirit of action. The more impulsive one that kind of follows things that make them happy, or the things that they want to do. And with the Six, or the Lovers in reverse, I was focusing in on the apple, and that kind of reminded me of Adam and Eve. So go with your temptations, per se. Now, obviously, like I said, don't follow any dangerous or risky temptations that could like risk your life or make you unhealthy or sick or something like that, or disrupt your life or your career in some way, right? But do the things that to you they seem like temptations. Like, for example, eating a bag of chips, watching a movie for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, just picking out on junk food for 2 or 3 days is a temptation, right? But it's not necessarily unhealthy, because it's only for such a short period of time, right? It's only 2 or 3 days. And then you're going to go back to your normal life, right? It's almost like a stress relief, or like a therapeutic session for you, okay? So don't obviously go after any temptations that are risky or dangerous, but do feed into a little bit of your temptations and your impulses to kind of explore the world and try out new things. That could mean trying out a new routine or lifestyle. That could mean meeting new people. That could mean starting a new relationship. It could mean a lot of things, okay? But really, what's being said here is to go with your inner instinct that makes you drawn to do certain things or makes you drawn to certain people or places, right? Just follow your gut instinct. Okay, pile one, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. And again, if you guys have any ideas or suggestions for future readings, please do let me know. If you have any question that you want to ask about your current situation or a specific topic that is happening or occurring presently in your life, please do leave that in the comment boxes below, and I will try to get that into a reading as soon as possible. If you guys like the readings, please leave a thumbs up if they resonate, And if you guys would like to see more readings, please subscribe to the channel, or you can also hit the notification bell button, because again, I'm not uploading on a strict schedule anymore. I will try to be uploading weekly basis, but more on the days that I feel drawn to do so. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, curious, and instinctual week. Bye, guys. All right, welcome pile 2 to your reading, and you guys picked the totems of the fork, and your card was the 10 of Swords. So just from this 10 of Swords, I was focusing on the vulture, okay, and specifically this vulture over here. And it doesn't seem like this vulture is getting any of the meat, right? But it is happy and it is looking at the meat. It knows it's going to get it soon. So I believe you guys have this very patient energy about you, that you guys are, again, focused on your goal, but you may not be necessarily doing as much as is needed to accomplish that goal. Okay, you guys may be putting in some effort, but perhaps not in the right way. From this 10 of Swords and this fork, I'm getting the vibe that to advance your career goal further ahead, what you have to do right now is actually embody you have to start being a little bit more cruel and blunt. You have to be a lot more straightforward, and you may have to start bothering a lot of people that are in authority positions who are a little bit too comfortable in their positions and aren't really doing their job or aren't really caring or concerned for their job duties. And you kind of have to go and kind of wake them up a little bit by being straightforward and by being active in making those things happen that need to happen. Yes. You guys also need to become a little bit more, I don't want to say a little bit more passionate, because I know that you guys are already passionate about your career goal, but I feel like you guys have to actually expend energy, and whatever passion you have inside of you, emotionally and mentally, you have to kind of turn that into physical passion. So you have to actually exert physical energy into accomplishing your goal. You got to go to these places where these people are, and you got to wake them up and tell them, here's my proposal, we need this done right now, and get them to do it right there, then and there. Not longer than a week if they need a week to set things up with other people and confirm and everything, but not longer than that. You have to really think of yourself as Leslie Knope from Parks and Recreation. I don't know if you guys watched that or not, but she always has goals that she's passionate about, these projects that she's passionate about, but she doesn't necessarily expend energy the right way sometimes, right? But when she starts kind of poking at the people that need to be poked at to get her project noticed or to get her project steps implemented quicker, then her project starts happening and her career goal actually gets accomplished in the end, right? That's the type of energy you need to embody right now to bring that passion that you have inside you on the outside and stir up these people that are kind of just being lazy about their job and get them to do the things that you need to get done so that your career goal can be actually accomplished. Yeah, and I'm seeing a little bit more like a government job. So again, with the Leslie Knope analogy, it kind of fits. And I know some government workers, I appreciate them, but I know that most of the time when we go to government offices, like a civilian goes into a government office, it's very difficult to get anything done because of all the political, red tape or whatever, bureaucracy and things like that, inner politics and everything, right? So you have to kind of fight against that system by going to the right people that would get things done, people maybe that are too comfortable in their position and aren't doing their job right now. And you need to kind of wake them up and tell them, okay, I need this done, so get it done. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I asked the same question, what can you guys do right now to advance towards your career goal more? And this is the detailed answer along with the overall answer. So the overall is the Seven of Wands, and Seven of Wands basically means that you guys need to stop, because it's in reverse, you guys need to stop overthinking things, and you guys need to basically start doing stuff. And this kind of looks like a stalemate to me. Like if we turn the card like this, it looks like a stalemate. It looks like you guys are trying to fight against this big dodo bird over here, but the dodo bird is, even though it seems like a prey, but it's actually a predator, right? And even though you have the higher ground, right, you can't really attack it because its influence is so large. So it's the same thing, kind of like how if you would be working in a government office, then you would be kind of at a stalemate, because even though you are working among things that look like prey, they're actually predators, and again, they have more influence than you do, even if you have more ability or skill to actually do something. And yeah, so because this stalemate is in reverse, it basically means that overall you have to get rid of the stalemate and actually finally take the leap of faith and just go at this dodo bird and attack it, And this can be reiterated here, which is with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is basically saying that you need to rush in with your entire physical energy and your strong belief and stay focused on the battle, which is the decision that you want to make to advance towards your career goal, or any project that you would like to undertake, or anything that you need to make happen, but it's not happening right now. You need to kind of ignore all of these fears or dangers or obstacles and just focus on the battle that is ahead and go completely rushing in with your energy. And then once you get there, you actually need to embody this Queen of Swords energy, which is basically being in control of her actions and using them to her advantage. And you can see that, again, there is this big bird over here, right? And she's holding a sword up to its throat, but it doesn't look like it's like happy, right? But she's kind of caressing it and soothing it and towards the sword. So you guys have to embody this energy where you guys, if you want to accomplish something, you kind of have to threaten or risk. You have to threaten these big birds, right? And make them think that there is a significant risk for them not to do it, right? And that risk will be delivered by you. Now, because I'm seeing mostly, again, government stuff, it could be that you may have some dirt on these people, or it could be that other people that can make these people's lives, I don't know, a living hell. Maybe their projects wouldn't be allowed through, or maybe they would be suspended or something like that, okay? I'm not sure exactly how the government office would work, but there is definitely, you need to kind of create a strong image that there is risk associated with them not doing what you have asked them to do. And you're not going overboard, you're just asking them to do their job and you're asking them to do a good thing, but they may not be doing it because, again, they think they have all this influence in their hands, and they don't really like get coerced, and they kind of just live their own life until there is actual a risk or consequence associated with it. Okay, so pile 2, I asked what can you guys do to basically embody this passionate and intimidating energy. And there are 3 things that you can do. The first thing is 5 of Swords in reverse. So this is kind of like, from what I was seeing, it was basically saying cutting off ties with either people that are too kind and sympathetic to you, and they're basically just there to support you when you're down, or trying to help you recover from your emotions when you get frustrated that your project or something fell through or isn't happening, or if you're frustrated with your superiors, right? These kind of people, you need to kind of, if they're close friends or family members, like, don't think of cutting ties off as like permanently or forever. It could just mean that you need to stop hanging out with those people as often, or you need to stop hanging out with them and talking to them about your work problems or your career goals. Okay, you don't need sympathizers right now, okay? You don't need to be coddled if something doesn't go according to your plan. Yes, it's good to have that once in a while if things aren't working out, but to go to them every single time, or for them to be basically like a sympathy group to kind of have pity on your situation and basically tell you that your thinking is right, that's not helping you get anywhere, okay? So you need to cut off ties, or at least withdraw your work communication or work emotions to those people. Stop relaying them, okay? And stop talking about them to get their sympathy and their agreement. Instead, what you can do is actually target the big people and stop letting them hurt you. So anything that you're actually upset by at work, approach that person, approach the HR department, whatever you need to do to get that thing to stop happening, okay? The second thing you can do is embody this King of Cups and Ten of Swords energy. Now you got the Ten of Swords again, and this time I'm focusing in on this vulture over here who has a piece of meat in his mouth, looks pretty satisfied, but is looking off into the distance, just like this King of Cups is looking off into the distance, is very satisfied, and is kind of got what he needs, okay? So definitely you guys need to learn to kind of control your emotions and deal with them in a way that is a little bit detached. So you really need to embody this spirit of, I don't care what's happening, it's not bothering me, okay? I've got what I needed to get, and that's that, okay? And yeah, when you're approaching situations or people or your work environment, you have to really be detached from them in terms of, I don't care what happens, what the consequences of this are. I really don't give a damn, okay? But I'm going to do my thing, and then we'll see how it goes. That's the kind of energy you have to embody right now. And then the final step is the Page of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Hermit, all in reverse. And these are all singular entities over here that all have like some sort of energy around them, like a nature energy around them. They're wielding entities, okay? So that is just reiterating to you that you need to kind of control all of these things, okay? So you need to control your emotions, you need to control your thoughts, and you need to control your inner nature, okay? And that basically means not necessarily being untruthful to yourself, but it just basically means knowing how to use all these things at the appropriate time and in the appropriate way, okay? And because all of these came out in reverse, it basically means that you have to kind of show these things off, okay? So your emotions, you have to get back into a Page of Cups energy, which is letting your emotions show, but in this King of Wands and Hermit energy. So rather than just showing it to the sympathizers, right, in a very frustrated way and not having control of your emotions, right, which would be the opposite of the King of Cups, you need to express your emotions in the workplace in a very aggressive way, not rude, but in a, I would say, like straightforward or blunt way, or in a tone that seems very like done with, right? And you have to convey your intentions or your statements, right, in a way that intimidates people, in a way where they are kind of afraid of you and don't know what to make of you. They want to go into the hermit mode, not you, okay? And that's how you're going to actually be able to get things done, because you're not being rude to the people, right? But you're expressing your needs and wants in an intimidating manner, which will, again, put that idea that there is a threat there. And you can see, again, like the Queen of Swords is a very gentle looking and gentle acting entity, right? But she's still holding a sword up to the big bird's neck, and the big bird does not look satisfied or happy in any way. But it is this type of energy that you need to embody. Like, I don't care what the consequences are. I know I need to get this thing done, and I have this risk or consequence to deliver to you if you don't get it done. It almost seems like she's whispering like a threat in like a la-di-da way, as villains do sometimes in the movies and in animes and stuff. And it looks like the bird got the idea, like, if I don't do this, this person is a dangerous person. I do not want to mess with them, okay? And your overall energy is the Ace of Pentacles. So again, stay focused on the goal and just really go at it with this kind of like this type of energy, which is like the death, like skull of a, I believe this is a deer or an elk. But like elks look so peaceful and gentle, but if you disturb them, they will kill you because they're so big and they're very powerful. And it's that same type of energy that you need to embody. Focus and use your physical and mental and emotional energy in the right way. All right, pile 2. So I asked what obstacles could come in your way, and your answer was the 2 of Wands with the overall 10 of Wands. So 10 of Wands is basically you guys are afraid that there may be some sort of consequence that will come to you afterwards. And the actual answer to it is, to this question, is that your obstacle is actually your own fear or worry of your past personality. Once you start to like step into this more intimidating energy, you may be afraid that your previous more kind of like compromising personality would start to come into play again, because you're kind of getting the things that you want and need, and you're getting things done, and you think that, oh, I may not need to, use my energy every single time that I want to get something done, right? And on top of that, you may also have a little bit of a fear that that you're kind of speaking too boldly for your own good, and that there may be a risk that comes along with this that will actually come into fruition later on because you're dealing with people who are in authority or superior positions. And with this 10 of Wands, that just confirms that fear that you are basically an elk, or I forget what these are called, but they're kind of like the elk or deer family. I think it's a gazelle. A gazelle. Okay, so yeah. So you are thinking that you're going to have to eventually become a gazelle that's going to be chased by her superiors, the cheetah. I believe that's a cheetah. And get killed or like fired or suspended, expelled, something like that. Or maybe even some other consequence that you really do not want to deal with. But this is all overthinking, and you need to calm your thoughts down because you are right now in this energy. This is the energy that you need to be in, and you can see that this person is in front of this person, right? And this is a much more calm and confident energy that knows that things are going to go their way, whereas this is a much more defensive and guarded energy, always on the lookout, seeing whether they will fail the next step or not. Okay, so you want to embody this energy. Okay, pile 2, so I asked what can you guys do to kind of avoid coming into this obstacle energy of being defensive and guarded and worrying about whether you will have to deal with a consequence if you come into this intimidating energy and embody it, so that you can accomplish your career goals. Okay, and your answers are right over here. Okay, so you got the Knight of Pentacles, the the Nine of Wands, the 8 of, and the 2 of Swords. Everything is in reverse except for the 2 of Swords. And starting off with the 5 of Cups, you can basically, this says, do not express your emotions. Okay, so in the workplace, you do not want to kind of use whatever steps you are doing to express your emotions to people. You do not want to use the words and communication that you are saying to express your emotions towards people, okay? Don't be a pity party walking around just trying to get at people for the things that they've done, or if you don't like someone, like being too emotional or aggressive with them, okay? So you have to be a very neutral communicator. Do not express your emotions to people in terms of like personal feelings towards the person or personal feelings towards a situation that is happening. Do not communicate like that. Keep it neutral. With the 2 of Swords, it's basically saying that you need to stay focused on your goal and do not try to target people that you are working with, okay? Do not try to accomplish your career goal by targeting specific people that you want to approach, or do not be embodying this intimidating energy just so you can approach specific people targets, okay? And that's reiterated by this Knight of Pentacles over here, which is basically don't poke the bear or don't poke the dragon over here in this case, which means that you need to hold on to and stay focused on your actual goal and not be distracted by trying to get back at people that maybe had frustrated you before or done things to you before, or trying to get back at situations or departments by, using this intimidating energy to your advantage to kind of avenge your position at that time. So you really need to stay focused on your goal and not get distracted by your emotions and your feelings towards people and trying to start targeting them and basically getting a little bit too overboard in your intimidation. And then you've got the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is to basically delegate your tasks and get other people involved with your project, okay? Not just the superiors, but also other people that would be interested in helping out your project. Maybe your team or your coworkers, a department that you think would be helpful, etc., etc., etc. And with the Nine of Wands, that's basically saying, again, share your thoughts in terms of what you want to do about the project, what's the next step, what decisions that you need to make, etc., amongst people that you work with in the office. Just spread it everywhere so that people know what you're going to do and what you need to do, what they may be able to offer help in regards to this Eight of Pentacles situation, either personally or by suggesting someone or some resources that may help you actually accomplish your career goal. Okay? And this is kind of like a witness protection program a little bit too, because the more people that know about your plan and your project, the more safe you'll basically be from your superiors. Because if they start targeting you or start treating you in a certain way, then more people will know why they had done that, and the superiors themselves will also be a little bit more hesitant to actually follow through with targeting you and kind of punishing you for being straightforward or intimidating or trying to get them to do their jobs. And with this overall energy of the Five of Pentacles, it's, again, this idea of staying focused on your goal and thinking about that rather than getting distracted like these Bambi deers over here and just running around wild, not knowing what to do. Okay, so pile 2, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading and I hope it resonated. If it did, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, either subscribe to the channel or you can hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I'm doing, when I've uploaded a new video, because I'm not sticking to a strict schedule anymore. I'm doing weekly readings, but based more on when I am drawn to actually do them. That way you will know when I have uploaded a new video. All right, bye guys, and have a happy, healthy, instinctual week. Bye. Welcome to your reading. So you guys picked the totem of the knife and the Knight of Wands. You can tell that I have nail polish on, and that is because I'm doing your reading in a different day than I did pile 1s and pile 2s. But I got the same setup. I'm all tuned in, and hopefully you guys are too. So again, I asked the same question that I asked for pile 1 and pile 2, and that was, what do you guys need to do right now to help become closer to your career goal? Okay, so looking at the visual card that you guys picked, which is a Knight of Wands, we can see that you basically have to have more fun in the way that you approach work and in the way that you do work. Okay, you have to be a little bit more experimental, but of course still maintain control of the results and the actual situation. Okay, and you can see, like, in this picture, he has a very a firm grip. I wouldn't say a tight grip because it's not like he's about to slip off, but he has a firm grip on this kind of like wild horse that seems like he's almost in charge of making this horse kind of go on his two hind legs because of this fire that's so close to his tail and his bum. But he doesn't seem worried at all. He instead is kind of enjoying the moment and really being like very smug and chillaxed about the whole situation. So there's definitely this idea of kind of experimenting with making your work fun, or making your work fun by conducting experiments, or taking maybe some minor risky actions in your career that people would be like, oh, well, that's not a safe decision to make, but your thinking is, well, that would be fun to do. and it's not gonna have like any weird consequence or anything, and I'll be in control of the situation, so it'll be fine. If something goes wrong, I know how to handle it. That's the kind of thing that I'm seeing here in your reading. Now, with the totem of the knife, I was seeing that I was seeing three things. Two came out clearly. One was Jack of Knives, so I was seeing kind of like a jester juggling knives while balancing on a ball in like one of those medieval halls. It's not like all the eyes are on the jester. It's kind of like the jester is doing his own thing, and there's a feast going on around him. But again, that's embodying this energy of kind of experimenting in a risky way. And to others, it may seem dangerous, but to you, you know that you have the skill and the ability to control the knives or the situation or the results in your case, to prevent anything from going wrong. The second thing that I heard was Jack of all trades. So that could be something that you are already, or something that you should be kind of working towards to help you embody this spirit of, I guess, balanced experimenting. And that basically means that you don't have to become the best at every single thing, but you're going to kind of start learning about unique but completely different topics that are very interesting. Like maybe you're gonna learn about, like, I don't know, quantum, I don't know, black hole theory or something like that, and then you're also knowledgeable about how to go for a proper hike. I don't know, something like that. But like you have like specific, unique, and interesting topics that you have knowledge on, either average or above. And that's basically what's coming out as a Jack of Trades. So either you're developing that personality or you already have that personality, and you have many different small talents or skills that a lot of people may assume that you don't have, but you actually do. And that's also very interesting. Okay, so we're going to move on to your reading and get a more detailed answer. And we'll continue then. I would also like to mention the last thing that kind of showed up when I focused more on the knife was that I was seeing like an image of someone actually holding the knife like this, pointing it at someone in like a crouched, slightly defensive position, and kind of like wielding it like very quickly because there's so many like different enemies or places that you might think there is an enemy that you might have to defend yourself against. So this could also mean that the decision that you need to make right now could also be that you have to kind of pick and choose your battles wisely, and also know that you're always in control of the situation. So anything that comes against you that's negative, or anything that happens that's unexpected, you should know that you're in control of the situation and you can handle it with confidence and with success. Okay, now we're moving on to the actual reading. Okay, so I pulled out the cards, and this is your detailed answer as well as the overall answer. So just looking at the detailed one, you got Ace of Cups, and then with the overall, you got Ace of Wands. So both of them are quite internal type of suits, okay? Cups has to do with emotions, and Wands has to do with like internal thought-based decision making, okay? And one of this is the water, and one of this is the fire. So you can already see that there is a good balance of reflection with action, but they're both internally based, okay? With your detailed answer, basically what the cards are saying for you to do right now is to kind of feed into your emotions. Really pursue the things that make you passionate, or the ideas that kind of give you this childlike energy and happiness level, where just thinking about the idea and the success and completion of it and the results that would come from it makes you really happy. And that is paired with this Ace of Wands, which is again this idea of wielding this passion and wielding this energy that you're getting from your thoughts and being able to control it, okay? Rather than letting it wield you.
And because these are both aces, this is, again, like a beginning of a journey. So I'm seeing more of these as like small ideas that you want to implement in your career or in your life, even in like your personal life. But yeah, these aren't super big major decisions or big risks that you're taking, which is why you can kind of maintain this control over the results. And yeah. Okay, so I'm actually going to ask what how you can actually invest in these kind of like passionate ideas or passionate projects. Okay, pile 3. So I asked what you guys can do to kind of embody this energy of more like passionate and experimenting fun. And the cards that came out was 5 of Cups, the Tower in reverse for the answer, as well as the Star in reverse for the overall energy. So starting off over here with the 5 of Cups, the first thing that you can do is take a look at your childhood memories and reflect on what kind of made you happy at that moment. What kind of things were you really attached to and really made you feel happy and like energized, basically. And you really want to basically pick out those things that even today, whether these are characteristic traits, hobbies, or just memories, people, whoever, whatever they are, what are the things in your life? What are the things from your childhood that you would not give up and not sacrifice at all, no matter what happens? Those are the things that you are going to give you like a list of things that you are super interested in. And that's where you can kind of start to get into this idea generating or idea experimenting and fusion type of energy. The number 2 thing that you can do is actually take a look at yourself right now. So reflect on what types of things or what types of thoughts and ideas that come in your head or that you become interested in really make you into like this passionate and energized person. Like the thought comes into your head like thunder and you're just automatically into go mode and you want to make it happen as soon as possible. Okay, so that's again kind of like these passion projects or dream goals or really interesting ideas that you have, and that'll give you a list of those things that you guys want to basically make happen. So the 5 of Cups is going to explain what types of things, people, hobbies, information, topics, etc. you are most drawn to naturally, and things that you are basically passionate about because you wouldn't give these up no matter what happens. And then this moment of reflection for your current thoughts is going to help create a list of the ideas or the projects that you would actually like to make happen because they get you excited as soon as you thought of them or as soon as you think of them. And with the overall energy of the Star, I was getting 2 messages here. So overall, it definitely seems like you need to focus on things that are kind of like your hopes, wishes, or dreams, things that you always wanted to make happen or were always interested in seeing happen. And I saw just right now like 11:11 on the clock when I was saying that. So this could be like kind of like a first step towards meeting your soulmate or your partner in your relationship, but it could also mean that you're actually getting matched on the right vibe length with the with this message. Okay, so basically with the Star in reverse, overall what the cards are telling you to do is to kind of follow your dreams and your hopes and wishes, the things that you always wanted to make happen, but maybe you didn't have the resources or maybe you didn't have the energy, or maybe you just thought, oh, these are just ideas, like I shouldn't follow through with them. Whatever the reason may be, you should definitely start following your dreams. This could also be for some people. I was seeing that it could be that ideas come to you in your dreams, but then you don't really do anything about them. You're just like, oh, that was a really cool idea. You stock it into your collection of ideas, or maybe you don't even write it down or anything like that. I'm getting that most of you guys write it down. But even if you don't, like, you kind of don't do anything with those ideas. You just get excited about them, but then you kind of shove them away, out of your way. And stay in this idyllic dreamer type of energy, okay? Because you can see, like, she's kind of just, like, sitting there and just enjoying the moment, not really, like, there completely to enjoy the moment, but also not absent completely either, to be like completely detached from what's going on around her. She's like, she can feel things and everything like that, but she's just kind of not impacted or affected by those things. She's just accepting them as they are. Okay, so pile 3A asked what obstacles could come in your way to disrupt this action from taking place. And you got all 3 men cards. Okay, so you got the Knight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So overall energy that I'm getting just by looking at all of the cards that we got, it seems that the obstacles that could kind of stop you from creating these lists and kind of reflecting back internally would actually be 2 men or 2 people or relationships in your life. They could be happening simultaneously, or I'm kind of getting like one person is already there, but then another person, maybe not even a new person, but just another person comes in just shortly, maybe not shortly after. So you already know one person, and I believe that's the Knight of Wands here. But it could be the King of Pentacles, because I'm seeing like there's a fatherly figure here, okay? But anyways, the point is that one of these people you know already for like a long time, and then there's another person that you've known for a little bit of a time, maybe like from high school or from childhood or something like that. Like this person you've known for a very long time. Like it's someone that you were best friends with or someone that you grew up with, but then this other person is someone that you met like a few years ago, and you stay in touch and everything, like you guys meet up and everything like that, hang out and all that stuff, but maybe not as often or having a bond as close as the first person, because the first person you grew up with, the second person you have a good relationship with, but it's someone that you met outside of your childhood, either in like high school or yeah, I'm seeing high school. Could be like in college, but I'm not really getting that. But the point is that you met them like a little bit after than the first person, okay? And both of these people are kind of troublesome people, because you can see this Knight of Cups is in reverse. And Knight of Cups is supposed to be an emotional card. It's the beginning of like a good journey, right? And both of them, and Knight of Cups can also be a little bit of like a hasty energy or an almost immature energy, where they're in control of their emotions and things like that. So they're not as chaotic as Page of Cups, right? That's too childish. But they may approach emotions in a childish manner internally, okay? So they may be embodying kind of like a teenage spirit, where they're being adult about their relationships on the outside and in their actions, but on the inside they still feel like they're being hurt sometimes, or they're overthinking things, or not dealing with their emotions in a mature way when they are by themselves, or thinking about relationships and emotions and things like that, okay? And definitely with this Knight of Cups, it feels like he's like kind of standing there and kind of gauging you, the audience, as well as kind of offering you or enticing you to come closer as well. Okay, so this is kind of like a seducing card, but because it's in reverse, it definitely feels like both of these people are perhaps mature in their internal emotions, but detached on the outside. So they don't really show their emotions. And with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands coming up for these people, that's just kind of reconfirming that. So one of them is the Knight of Wands, so that's a very thinking energy. So again, they're mature in like the way they handle their emotions internally, but on the outside, they may seem a little bit too young or too impulsive in the way that they approach dating and relationships to you. Okay? On the other hand, we've got the King of Pentacles, which is again affirming this energy that they are emotionally mature on the inside, because this is a King card, which is always like a mature card in terms of how to deal with stuff. But on the outside, they seem like a very reserved person and someone that doesn't really attach themselves too much into a relationship. So this person doesn't really express themselves in a relationship, and this person maybe expresses themselves a little bit weirdly or chaotically. Okay? So either way, they're not expressing their true emotions in a mature way. They're not acting maturely in an emotional relationship, but their inner thoughts are emotionally mature. I'm not really sure how to explain this, Pile 3. This happened last time as well, where it was kind of difficult to explain what I was seeing in the cards, but I hope you guys get the message. If you don't, please do leave like questions or comments in the comment box below, and I'll try to kind of clarify any misunderstandings or miscommunication that was happening. Okay, so yeah, these two people seem like obstacles to you. I'll ask why are they obstacles, and then how to actually deal with them as well. But just off the bat, I'm kind of getting their obstacles because they may be kind of giving maybe they may be leading you on unconsciously. Like you're interested in both of them, but you're kind of waiting to see which one you should kind of go with. And this can actually tie into you taking more risks and stuff like that, as well as reflecting into your childhood memories and seeing what you would not give up in terms of characteristics, hobbies, people, etc., as well as your current moment, and thinking about what makes you excited as soon as the thought comes into your head. So these are also good tips for dealing with these two people, because if you want to decide who to go with, if these are two people that you're interested in romantically, or maybe even like as a friendship or whatever, or even just deciding who you should listen to and who you should kind of stand by and maintain the relationship with, if it's kind of like choose this person or that person situation, which I hope it's not, but if it is, you can definitely take a look at these as helpers to kind of decide which one is the right person, because with the memories, it'll help you identify what is most important to you in terms of characteristics, hobbies, or people. And it may clarify, like, is this person that you've known from your childhood someone that you associate a lot in your happy memories, right? Someone that you're not willing to let go or sacrifice, right? And this Tower one, or reflecting on your current thoughts and what makes you excited as soon as you think that thought, could help clarify, who is the person that when you think of them, you just get excited and happy all of a sudden. And that could be that this newer person basically could maybe excite you more, which is why the Tower was showing up related to your current situation and your childhood situation. This is your childhood friend or person, and this is your more recent person. Okay, so let me ask the question. Okay, so I asked why the Knight of Wands is an obstacle to these to this action. And the reason that they are an obstacle is, I'm sorry if this keeps on coming out as a love reading. I swear I do not mean to do that, but just, I'm just going to read how I'm seeing the cards. So you got the Five of Swords in reverse with the Hierophant, which is also a 5, and the Knight of Cups, okay? And just with these 2 cards over here, I'm getting a serious player type of vibe, okay? Like I said before, this person seems like they're seducing, but in this case, it doesn't feel like they're calling you over. It feels like they're just standing and kind of intimidating you so that you know that they're interested in you, and then they'll approach you later on in the night. But they're very much got a seductive type of aura in this card. With the Hierophant, I was focusing on the finger, and it kind of feels like she's saying like, nuh-uh. And it feels very serious. So it's like this person is rejecting a serious relationship. And with the Five of Swords in reverse, it definitely feels like that. He doesn't want to hurt you, but he also does not want to kind of get tied into this relationship with you. And that's what it feels like. It feels like if he gets tied into the relationship, he's actually going to be hurting himself, basically. That you're going to end up hurting him. So that's why he's kind of not, he's not going for you as an option, because he's not interested in a serious relationship, perhaps because he was hurt in the past, and that's why he thinks you're going to hurt him if you guys get into a serious relationship. And he's just very much in a player energy. And that's kind of reiterated by this Ace of Pentacles, which is in reverse, which basically means that you've got a control in your life and your resources and your financial wealth and material abundance, right? But because it's coming out in reverse, it's giving me very much vibes that his life is kind of chaotic. In a sense, it's not very logical or very organized, and that kind of reconfirms this Knight of Wands energy, which was kind of like impulsive in the way that they approach emotional relationships. And with this Ace of Pentacles, I was focusing in on the gate. So it's almost like he wants to be free, and he's very open-minded, and he wants to kind of go and explore the world in terms of emotional relationships. So that's why he would be an obstacle for you. Basically, he would kind of stop you from being more serious about the things that you need to be serious about. You would start to lose control of whatever you need to have control of, right? And this fun experimenting is going to turn into more of a tormenting experiment, basically. Okay, pile 3. So I also asked why this Knight of Pentacles is an obstacle for your action. And the card that came out is the Ace of Wands and the Page of Swords in reverse. So both of these are kind of beginning cards. The Ace is more of a decisive start, whereas a Page would be more of like a childish decision making or personality. And with the swords, this has to do with action. So this would be more of like impulsive, childish type of free and open-minded approach to decision making. But because it's in reverse, it's got very much a controlling and more mature and grounded, down to earth type of vibe in terms of making decisions and taking actions. And that is giving me the vibe, which is kind of confirmed by this Ace of Wands, which is that this person is very much in control of your lives, or at least tries to control you guys in some way or influence you a lot. Either because you guys have a really good relationship with them and you guys go and seek advice from them regarding certain matters, or because they have a very much like a mature masculine energy, and they kind of come to offer you guidance and lead you on the right path based on what they believe is good for you, because they want to protect you basically from any unwanted consequences and obstacles, right? And with this Ace of Wands, this is basically just affirming that they kind of control or influence your thoughts a lot. Okay, and that's why the Page of Swords is coming out, which is kind of giving you a vibe of more of like a childish action making, because you're not making the decisions, right? You're being influenced by someone else that you trust, or that someone who has influence over you because of their protectiveness or their advice. And that leads you to make actions or partake in actions in a very much like you would not have much responsibility or accountability, or feel like those actions are yours to be making. Okay, it's very much giving me like a kindergartner is told to go to school, and he doesn't understand why he's going to school, but the father's going to send him to school anyways because it's good for him, and the child just follows along blindly. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. And yeah, like I said, the King of Pentacles is very much giving me like a fatherly figure type of vibe. So it could be a mentor, an older brother, a cool uncle, or someone like that. Maybe a grandpa, I don't know. But it's someone that's older than you and has a more, a very calm, grounded, and practical masculine energy about them. Okay? So basically, this person is an obstacle for these actions, because they're influencing your thoughts so much that you cannot take certain actions without being influenced by them in some way, whether you know it or not. But you are being influenced by their kind of teachings and their mentoring in the way that you kind of follow through with actions or commit actions. And that could kind of possibly block off you committing actions that are actually for reaching goals that are important to you, or doing things that kind of make you have fun and make you think, okay, these are my thoughts. All right, now I'm going to ask how to deal with each of these obstacles, and that'll be the reading. Okay, so the first obstacle, or the first person, this Knight of Wands person, this youthful, impulsive, no strings attached type of relationship person, the way to deal with this obstacle is to judgment. So you're kind of going to embody this person's energy in the back. She seems like to be seducing this person to get close to them, right? To kind of give them love and warmth. It's not giving me any type of like cynical or scary energy. It feels like she's kind of helping her out by making her feel comfortable and giving her the love and the warmth that she needs and deserves, okay? And with the Emperor in reverse coming out in the overall, it's again this idea of letting go of your own control and your own energy of kind of being the dominant one in the relationship and being serious and all that stuff, right? Being mature and everything. You need to basically kind of go with the flow of the relationship. Don't attach yourself to this person, right? Don't expect there to be a relationship. Be kind to them and be a good friend to them, or be a good person to them, right? And slowly, by having fun with them and just reciprocating their own energy back to them, like you don't have to have an actual relationship with them, like romantically, or try to be flirting or seducing with them, right? But the spirit that you're trying to embody here is basically letting go of your own control and seriousness towards a relationship and embodying a much more playful energy that just kind of gives love and warmth to this person, and doesn't kind of intimidate them by being serious about it, and doesn't put them on guard, basically. Okay, and so this is what you can do to avoid this obstacle, the King of Pentacles one. Okay, so you got the Seven of Cups in reverse with Seven of Swords and the Two of Swords. So the one action that you can do is to kind of leave this person behind. You don't have to cut off ties with them, but you're definitely getting a lot of like emotional support from this person. Okay, so it could be other than emotional support, it could be financial support, mental support, anything like that. But they're kind of supporting you emotionally by providing you all the things that you would need to be happy. Okay? And because of that, you kind of need to cut ties in the sense that you need to become more independent and you need to let go of these supports that are coming from them that makes you happy. Okay? You need to learn to be happy by yourself with whatever you have built and whatever you have. And again, it's this idea of taking action with the swords to leave this person behind and collect up all the things that are resources that could serve you to build your own support, independent support network. Whether that's going out and meeting new people, whether that's going out for counseling or therapy, whether that's going and trying out a new sport or object or something like that. But the point is that you need to start collecting your own thoughts, your own ideas, and basically get away from the influence of whoever this person is. And again, with the Two of Swords is, again, I don't want to use the word shackles or restraints, but that's what's popping up, is to basically cut the restraints that their influence or their thought influence is creating upon your decision making, so that you can take off this blindfold and finally look at yourself and what your thoughts truly are, so you can make a decision based on your own self rather than their influence. Okay? And then the next thing that you can do is the Six of Cups. So this action is basically taking your own emotions and your own ideas and growing them. Okay? So again, it's this idea of kind of putting your creative ideas or things that make you happy into action so that they can bloom and give you more happiness. Okay? And again, there's this imagery of the bird and the little baby bird as well. So again, it's this idea of leaving the nest so that you can, or talking to this person, whoever this person is. It feels like this bird is talking to them and explaining something. And talk to whoever this person is has influence over you, this King of Pentacles figure, and let them know what you intend to do in terms of becoming more independent and in terms of putting your ideas out and creating your own accomplishments. Okay? And because they are mature, they will be willing to listen to you and willing to even kind of step back and kind of let you do your own thing. So don't worry about that. And with this overall card of the Ten of Wands in reverse, again, it's the idea that you need to kind of don't think so much about all of these ideas. Just take each idea that you have and light it up. Put it into a flow of things so that you can actually make it happen. Okay? Start doing it rather than just getting excited over the idea. Okay? All right, Pile 3, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and I'm sorry if it was a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure that I was doing it a good detailed reading. Okay, and if you guys like this reading, hit the thumbs up button. If you guys, again, had any comments or questions, please do leave them in the comment box below, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And if you like more readings like these and would like to watch them, please subscribe to the channel, or you can also just hit the notification bell, and that'll let you know when I'm uploading new videos. Okay, have a wonderful, blessed, and spiritual, instinctual week. Bye, guys.